was stressing about money for my rent, but the money that I spent last night with my friends was worth it. Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. So many lights, lights, lights with us tonight, night, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, eyes, eyes. It's gonna be alright.
Well, welcome to Monks Alive. I don't know if you enjoyed that or not, but you're going to see it again. That's going to come out tomorrow. That's one of my shorts that I put together, and just having some fun trying to think about how do I sort of incorporate fitness into my daily life. And that's what I'm trying to do at the beginning of this year. I was telling the guys that are going to come on, I was trying to get pretty for the show and it just wasn't working. So I probably should have something besides tea to drink, and maybe it would, I'd look a lot better, at least from my side. So, hey, we have folks going to join us today, and let me introduce you. Got Tony from Stone Wolf Outdoors. He's going to be on here in just a second. And then we also have, of course, Max from Hike Camp. He's going to be on here. And let's see, who do we have here? We've got Don from Dinosaur and Trails. And Don he visited me earlier this week. We'll talk more about that. And he's going to be on here with us. So let me get him on here, and let's just have some fun for the day. Hey, Tony. Hey, Max.
Guys.
Tony, Max, Don.
Hey. Well, what do you think? Did it inspire you to get out and get some exercise in?
No, I'm just going to get fat.
Okay. Well,
I'm staying with my winter physique.
Yeah, just like an old
More
bear.
insulation, the better, right?
It's called round.
Oh my.
Oh.
I was going to tell you, Dan, the other day that you and I are in the same boat. I need to lose about 30 or 40 pounds.
Oh yeah, I have got to. I stepped on those scales, and it was ugly. It was really ugly. I'm gonna sing.
It's never pretty when you step on a scale. It's just
goodness.
not.
No, it isn't. It isn't. And, I was getting so focused on all the stuff that I was needing to do. I noticed I didn't even turn on my lights in here, so I got them on now.
Now we can see you. You should have left them off.
Okay, I'll fix that. How's that?
There you go.
Oh my. Well, welcome. I hope y'all had a good week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Don, you made it back home?
Yeah, got home last night about 9 o'clock. Left eastern Colorado yesterday morning about 10 or so.
Okay. And so no problems on the travels back home?
No, it was probably before I got to Independence was the worst of the road conditions, really. I mean, It was a little bad in Wichita, but they'd had them cleared already by that point.
Yeah, Wichita's got most of Kansas has the equipment. North Carolina, when we lived there, it didn't. And seemed like, especially Virginia or around DC, man, you got a thread of snow and it shut everything down there. So, yeah. Well, Max, what have you been up to?
Yeah, nothing much. I just put out that little video. That was it. I'm just hibernating and gaining weight. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Sounds like wintertime in Wyoming to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tony's right.
Now we're supposed to get that cold coming in this week, so things are going to even get colder.
Yeah, it's cold here. Let's see. Wednesday is supposed to be the only pretty day I think we're going to get, and I'm going to try to get out Wednesday night and see if I can get some star shots. And
Now,
a
we're
night
expecting snow on Wednesday.
Are you?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ours is coming in on Friday, so you're sending it our way.
Yep.
Temperature drop. And
Yeah, most of it's going to go to the east of us, so that suits me well.
well, this weekend the high is supposed to be 10 here, and the low is a -2. So.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to hit the minuses this week. So,
are you going to get that in Arkansas, Don?
Do what?
Are you going to get that in Arkansas?
I was just looking. I mean, it's been raining all day today. Storming pretty good this morning. Then we had to drive down to Fayetteville, and I was blowing all over the road. Yeah, it looks like Friday. Yeah, and next Monday a low of 1. Ooh, -5 on Tuesday next week. Oof.
Oh, you're
I don't
better
like
than
that.
us. Yeah, we're only a -3 next week. So next on Tuesday. So hey, see what you're missing, Tony?
No, I don't. It's 59 right now, and I think it's going to get down to 36 tonight.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm bundled up at 59 right now.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we're going to get down to about 8 or 9 tonight.
So,
So,
I want to go
just-
where Tony.
I don't know.
I want to go where Tony's at. I don't want to.
Now, where are you, Tony?
I'm in Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, there you go. That's about as south
As you can
as
see,
get.
it's very sunny out right now.
Yeah.
20-mile-an-hour wind, so that wind
Yeah.
chill's getting to me.
Yeah.
Minus
But it's-
31. That's crazy, Skipper.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay out of Alberta, no matter what you do.
Oh wow. Speaking of Canadian friends, let me find him here. Is that him? Where is he at? Right here. Open Air Adventures. Yeah, Kenny, he contacted me this week, and yeah, what a good guy. He contacted me, and he was looking for an American flag that he wanted to put up beside his Canadian flag. And so I have sent him one of mine that was given to me that was flown over the Capitol, and it's got a little history behind it. So I mailed him one of my flags that was given to me when I was still on active duty in the Army, which was glad to be able to do that. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Very nice of you.
Well, it's nice of him and to see him. You know, he wants to put it up there and have it on display. I said, you take care of it. That's all I ask. Just take care of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, he, you know, still this community is a lot of fun. So we got good. I'm so glad that Don's on with us today. And
Yeah, it's fun. I was on last week, but I was just on the chat a little bit, so it's nice to be on the video a little bit, I think, too.
yeah, it's good to have you up here.
Talking
Good
in
to have you
real
up
time.
here. Yeah, you know, I love the chats and I love the comments, but it's really hard for me to sort of multitask it to make sure I'm saying hello to everyone that's signing in. But I do appreciate them, and good to see Senior Hiker on here. I don't know whose channel Senior Hiker's on. He's not on mine. There's a little link there. So thank you, Senior. Thank you, John. Yeah, I think he's mad at me because I had more rocks painted by Nicole Hikes a lot than he does. So he's just jealous. Nicole,
Maybe she just likes throwing them at you more.
well, that's true. That's true. She painted me this one. This was the last one. she sent me. Yeah, really like it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yep.
I would
She
leave a
does
dent in your skull for sure.
well. Yes, and that was that was the idea that she was going to zing this one at me. So
Yeah. Yeah, she sent me a rock too that she painted, but I never got it because it fell out of the package on the way here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At least you got the
Yeah.
package.
You got an
Yeah.
empty package?
That's all I got. I got an empty envelope of one of those priority envelopes. I got the envelope, no rock.
I bet it was an ultralight. I bet it was an ultralight rock that she sent.
Yeah.
It just floated
It was
away.
a, it was a flat. It was a flat rock. Yeah.
And Desmond, it's good to have you on here.
Devil.
Yes, Nightbot has been a good friend to say hi to everybody. Oh me. Oh, she's making you a bear bag throw. Well, that. All right, that would be nice. That would be nice. So, yeah.
I don't use bear bags no more.
I never have.
Oh. Yeah, I do. I don't like having the idea of him having a tent mate.
Oh, I'll put it far enough away from camp that if they find it, they're finding it, not me.
I'm just teasing, John. I know you're not mad at me. At least I don't think you are. But I love it.
Yeah, I'm happy mine popped up first. All I can say.
Yeah, see, you got them all. I think there, Tony. I'm not sure I got anything on here. I'm just. I got Desmond.
And you got Nightbot.
And I got Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot's always. Nightbot, that's one of those love-hate relationships. I appreciated saying hi to everybody and throwing everybody's channels out there. Again, if you're on mine, the advantage of being on mine is that you can type Monk.
Yeah.
And you can get your channel advertised. Hi, Bika. It's good to have you on here too. Oh goodness. Yes. Good to see everybody. Let's see. I said that I was planning on Wednesday going out and trying to do a little night hike. And then after that, it's going to get ridiculous cold. So I'm not going. I'll probably be indoors the rest of the time. But yeah, that's my. So,
Yeah.
hey, Drunken Chef, I am fine, man. It's good to have you on here with us. And, yeah.
You know what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday night, Dan? I'm going to be warming this chair.
Making sure it never gets cold, right?
I'll make sure this chair never sees any cold.
Well, I'm hoping I can get some good stars. The Milky Way is supposed to be streaking across sort of the northwest of the sky here, and the sun or the moon, moon sets at 5:30 p.m. so it won't be up at all. So I should get some good stars.
I know,
especially where
I'm going this week too for that.
Yeah, I'm hopefully we'll see. Have you guys ever heard of this? I just got a new app called Photo Pills. You ever heard of it?
No.
Photo
No.
Pills. And it lets
pills. I don't need a photo one.
Well, it will chart the sky for you. It'll tell you what you feed in the camera that you've got, and it'll come back and tell you, okay, you need to have it at these settings for this time of day or night, and then you can hold it up and aim your camera or aim your camera where the phone shows it up at. It's pretty neat.
That sounds pretty cool. I mean, I use an app for you telling me what's in the sky. I use a sky map app, and that thing works great. You know, if I'm not positive what I'm looking at, I'll pop the app open and look. And that thing's very handy. And usually I know what I'm looking at in the sky, so it's not a big deal, but very handy.
Yeah, I've got one called Night Sky, and then I have Peak Finder. And there was a guy that hikes the Appalachian Trail a lot, and said, "Let's see, have you said hi back?" Yeah, it'll get you in a do loop there, Bika. Nightbot, if you say hi or hello, it's designed to say welcome to the channel, but I may have to turn that thing off, so it's annoying. But it's supposed to lock only every 5 minutes. It should, if you do it twice, it won't. Anyway, it's a mess. But back, Happy on the Trail. You guys ever heard of Happy? He's a good guy. He hikes the AT a lot. I mean, a lot.
I do know that one.
He's through hiked it about 3 or 4 times, I think. But he would be on his channel, and he'd be, that's that mountain, and there's that mountain. And, man, you're smart. How do you know those mountains? Because I grew up there, and I don't know them.
Yeah, same way the rest of us do.
Yeah, he had it, and he said, "Well, I got this app that shows me." well, listen, that's neat. So, but now this photo kills. I mean, it's that and a lot more. I mean, it will show you.
Oh yeah, exactly. I imagine it's cold in New York, Tasha.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're at in New York. I mean,
does it matter? It's cold. I'm telling you what, if it's cold in Arizona, in southern Arizona where I am, I'm 30 minutes from the border. It's cold anywhere north of me. Merton and Sioux are up north of us, and yeah, that's cold there too.
Oh
yeah.
Chef's just north of me too. I bet you it's cold over there.
Oh my, yeah. Well, it just depends on how much moisture or precipitation you're going to get in New York. Where you're at. If you're in Buffalo, man, that's a whole different story than New York City.
They do get hit pretty hard.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And we lived in Rochester for 3 years, stationed there, and it was cold. But yeah, only in the 49s in Georgia. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Hey, Kevin, it's good to have you.
It's still colder than it is here.
I think I could do where you're at. Of course, I don't know about the summertime. I might be like you.
Oh, no. Not going to be here in the summer.
Yeah, I think summer I would be heading out.
Dang, Chef, got down below freezing? Yep, I'm not ready to go north at all.
30 minutes from Rochester. Okay. Let's see. I try to remember the name of the little town that was on the end of Lake Ontario. It would get blasted. Oh man, I can't remember it, but I remember driving from Rochester to Fort Drum and going around there. And I remember one winter I went around and I stopped because there was a house and it had wide eaves on it. And I guess they were snowbirds that had gone down to Florida winter. And snow built up on the house, and it split the roof open at the eave of the roof, and it's setting, the roof is standing on ends on each end, and snow is just going down in the house, just filling it up. I thought, buddy,
that's some major snow.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So Yeah.
They should have been watching the weather and had somebody go shovel the roof off.
Well, yeah.
Well, a lot of places up in Washington, they have the second story door. So when the snow gets too deep, you just go up the second story.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that Doris. I didn't know Doris had a channel. Did you know that Doris the cat had a channel?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Oswego.
Al and Nikki started a channel for the cat. It's doing pretty good.
I bet it is. That cat's got character.
Hi, Nikki.
Oh me. Well, Don, we had a wonderful visit when you came through. I really appreciated you stopping in. That was a real treat for me.
That was real fun too. I meant to only for the other guys. I only really had an hour, and we were talking so long and didn't even realize it. And we'd already been there 2 hours.
Yeah, we had breakfast and before we knew it, man, it was crazy. Oh my!
Sounds like a good time.
It was good. You had a lot of common background. Don's career Navy, and he had what they called a joint assignment, which joint assignments where you're with all your other sister services, and but I think Don, your joint tour in Offutt, was it?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska, strategic command headquarters, and then at the same time, I think I was in the Pentagon on the joint staff there. So our joint assignments were about the same time. So that was really neat. Really neat.
Yeah, we even have a acquaintance in common, a former CO of mine, Dan, in the Pentagon as well. So
yeah, it's a small world. It's a very small world. So, yeah. Well, John, I see you came over to my channel. You didn't have to do that. I was really teasing.
You can hit everybody up either way.
Sandy, you did a joint assignment in the Mojave. Where were you stationed at? Joint tours, they're interesting. Not everybody gets assigned to a joint tour. Most of the time, they take the best of the best. Like in Don's case, they take the best of the best and they stick you together to create this think tank. But then in my case, you can see that sometimes the Army slips up in its wisdom and it throws me in there with all these good guys.
That's all right. The Army threw me out.
Well, you can't say the Army's not good at tossing.
They do that. I was started out in the Air Force and then switched to the Army, and they told me that what I did was I raised the average IQ of both branches of service with one move. Of course, I quit dragging down the Air Force. My little single digit IQ it was dragging the Air Force down. Those are smart folks. Brave Shield. I remember Brave Shield. Yeah. 29 Palms.
Yep, 29 Palms.
Yep.
Interesting area. I didn't mind going through there, but glad I wasn't military and stuck there.
that's right next to Joshua Tree National Park, I believe, isn't it?
Yep, that's where I was coming out of Joshua Tree and went through 29 Palms. The first time. And the second time I went in a different direction through Joshua Tree.
Chaplain's assistant. That's interesting. Yeah, I just
Sounds like a good job.
Well, it can be. It depends on the chaplain, I would think.
Yeah, a little bit of time that I was in the Army was in Fort Knox.
If you get a jerk around Fort Knox.
Yeah, Fort Knox. Wasn't there very long. The Army said, bye. We don't need you.
If you hadn't hit your CO, it'd have been okay.
No, wasn't that. No, it was medical. So,
yeah, medical is what kept me out of the military, which is so crazy because I'm still doing good.
Well, it was a way of escape for me. I got out of the sticks of Alabama and got to see a few things, but then I realized that those sticks weren't all bad either. So
it'd been better if they weren't in Alabama.
Well, no, I can't say that. Oh my. Yep, the Women's Army Corps, and then it was banned. Was it General Walker, Mary Walker? Was she the last CG of the WACs? I think that was. I'm dating myself, but I was in then.
we got a pretty good selection of age groups going in this bunch right here.
Oh man.
We can all date ourselves pretty well.
Yes, we can.
I think I got the geezer title.
Well, for all the vets and for all of the families of vets who I think pay more of a price really than us veterans.
It has got to be hard on the families.
My hat's off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? We're talking about anything that comes up.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
It's an open forum.
Throw a topic out here and one of the four of us can probably speak into it. Now, whether it's truth or not, that's going to have to be up to you to decide. But just throw a topic out there and we will work on it.
I imagine between the four of us, we could cover about any subject.
I think so. Yeah.
I got it covered back to the 1950s. So
I don't got it covered quite that far. 60s.
Yeah, well, it's 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, I guess.
Well, I'm with Max. I'm back in
the 50s.
Oh, you were born in the 50s. I thought you served in the 50s.
That was born in the 50s.
Okay.
No, I didn't serve in the 50s.
You're looking good for that age, Max.
Yeah, like my grandkids used to play, what's older than grandpa? Rocks. Rocks are older than grandpa. Dirt. Dirt's older than grandpa.
My son, when he was 3, was talking to my wife, and he was saying something. I don't know what they were talking about, but he was like, "Was it like that back in the olden days? When Jesus was born?"
Yeah. If you remember the 60s, you missed out. Well, the 60s were sort of a blur, but not for the same reason they were for a lot of folks.
That sounds fun, Kevin.
Oh me. Yeah. That would be.
I
remember what
I got the Rocky Mountain High, but without the drugs.
Yeah. That was me.
I can't say the same.
You're giving yourself away, Tony.
Sometimes.
Oh well.
I didn't go into the military. I went the other direction.
Yes. I watched Kevin's video. He had a video of Native Americans that served in the military, which is a great video.
Missed that one.
And then I was down in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, before I started the Cherokee Trail, and Tahlequah is the capital of the Cherokee Nation, and they have an amazing museum there. But one of the, of course, being an old vet, what pulled me to the corner was the corner where they have all of the displays of Cherokee veterans, and there was I know he was a vice admiral. I think he was an admiral in the Navy. He was Cherokee. That was the highest ranking.
That's cool.
Cherokee that was in the military. But yeah,
that's a pretty good rank, considering they didn't really care.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Those, general officers and flag officers, and Don can sort of speak into this too. The general officers and flag officers, 1 and 2 stars, that's impressive. That's, you're doing well. But 3 and 4 stars are special. Those are special ranks that you are appointed to, and if they're very, once you get to that level, that's a whole different breed of animal. Guys are amazing. But so yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Great folks, and but all 4 branches of service. That's what I loved about my time on the Joint Staff, is I loved to see how you took the strength of all 4. Well, and the Coast Guards. One of my best friends was a Navy or a Coast Guard captain, and putting all of us together where you rib each other based on your
yeah, no choice in that one.
But the respect there was amazing, and my family was really a joint family. My dad was Navy, World War II. Oldest brother was career Air Force. The next brother was career Army. Next brother was a Marine. Next brother was Air Force, and then the brother that really served, he went into ministry, and he served a higher calling than any of us. And then I was sort of the mutt. And so I claimed the Army. I was career Army. So.
My dad was Army. One of my brothers went Army. Got kicked out. He wanted out of the Army, so he found a loophole. Went to jail. Got him kicked right out. Another brother went to the Navy, and the rest of us couldn't get in because of medical. So,
yeah.
Which for me I had bad knees, but I'll tell you what, I'm still out hiking around, and it does not slow me down a bit, but it kept me out of the military. I wanted to go into the Navy bad.
Yeah,
always wanted to be a Navy SEAL, going and do that.
Yeah.
No, brain worked fine, qualified there, but body didn't cooperate.
Yeah. Kevin's talking about General Twining. General Twining. He would get mad at me, but yes, he was a great leader. We've had a lot of great leaders, and then we've had some that weren't so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, we got an RAF member that's in the chat.
Oh, tell us.
Desmond Donders, David.
That's right. Yes, he is.
He's former RAF.
Yes, he is, and that's what I was telling.
He was correct me if I'm wrong, David, but you were in chasing subs, weren't you? Sub chaser.
Huh. Well, that's Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I told Kenny when he was wanting that flag, and I sent it to him. I said, well, I feel like I'm sort of paying it forward a little bit, because there in Bosnia, we were in Sarajevo, and a Canadian sergeant literally saved my life, big time. Because if he hadn't been there, I'd have been shot in the head. And he literally saved my life. So love working with the Canadians. The Brits are fun. Germans are fun. It's a brotherhood and a sisterhood of members.
My best tour was my last one. I was on exchange to the Royal Navy, actually, for about 3.5 years. On their submarines and doing their Tomahawk weapon system.
Cool. Yeah, the only sub hunting I went for was like Subway. It was easier to get them that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
All you got to do is walk in and you get a sub.
There you go. Every time.
And you get it the way you want it every time.
And it doesn't shoot back at you.
Sometimes. Depends on how many jalapenos you put on that.
I don't know. I found Subway's jalapenos to be rather mild.
They are. They're a pickled jalapeno, which I prefer unless I'm cooking them on the barbecue. Then I want to roast fresh jalapenos.
Yeah. Jimmy John's has better subs.
I think Ken wants to come up here. Let me throw see if I can find that link. Throw it up here.
You just copy it from the top of StreamYard.
I think he's probably on here it is, I think. So yeah.
Oh, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And you copy it from the top of StreamYard, then paste it into your chat for YouTube.
Oh, is that way you do it?
Yeah. And if you want to leave it there, you pin the link and it stays at the top of your chat.
Oh.
That's kind of how we do it for open panels and stuff.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that. So copy it and you put it in chat?
Yeah, put it in your YouTube chat on your page.
Well, I don't have YouTube pulled up. Can I just put it in the chat here?
No, well, you should be able to actually. Just
let me try that.
Put it in the chat here, and I'll tell you if it pops up or not.
Does it pop up?
It popped up.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah, because I have yours, mine, and Max's chats all open.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Now we're gonna have a party.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Ken and I
I remember.
Ken and I.
Sorry.
You're fine. We hiked the
camping,
the Foothills Trail together. Yeah.
Cool.
And we did local trail here, the Elk River Trail, one that I want Don to come out and hike with me.
Night, Desmond.
I'm there.
All right. Good night, Desmond. It is good to have you. Here's Ken. Let's bring him on here.
Good night, David.
It's going to get real excited here. So now they've got 5 of us on.
Hey.
Hey, Ken.
How you doing, Dan? Hey, Mac.
I'm well. Good to see you, Ken.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm healing up. I don't want to change your subject, but I had hernia surgery a little over a week ago, double hernia. So I'm going slow. But I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. Ken he's a Coast Guard vet. So, yeah, we just keep, although you get the maritime services in here, we're in trouble.
Coast Guard's good. I heard you mention a Coast Guard captain. Coast Guard was good duty.
Yeah,
I did it the hard way though. I went to college, got my college degree, we kidded around in college saying we were going to be tugboat operators and get away from all this business accounting stuff. So I took the OAR and failed it, and I didn't want to wait. I enlisted. I was ahead of all the guys in high school, so I did well in boot camp and ended up in Hawaii for 2 years. So I had good service.
Huh.
Tough.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
tough
gonna be
duty.
I took the OAR in boot camp, passed it that time. And when I was at my first unit in Hawaii, my skipper kept saying, "Why don't you apply to officer school?" I go, "Skipper, I'm in Hawaii. What do I want to do that for?"
Yeah, they're gonna make me leave. Hi, Bika.
We got Bika on here too.
Yeah.
So now we've got some class. Finally, we got some class.
2 years in Hawaii. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Oh, somebody. A 95-foot patrol boat with a 22-foot Boston whaler on the island of Maui. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
And then Ken, he did a series of videos. We went back last year.
Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah. I remember
22.
that.
Great to see him. Man, pretty.
That was a treat by my daughter, and me, my wife, and daughter went. I was able to show her all the secret places I knew. Some of them were kind of blocked off. They had, fences put up, but there were holes through the fences, so we crawled through and went back to some of those very unusual spots. Top of waterfalls, swimming through pools to get to other waterfalls. It was special.
Very good. I don't know where Bika went. She may have lost signal. Because I was going to ask her if she got her deer. I think she did.
She did comment on that earlier.
Did she? Okay.
I saw a picture of it on Facebook. It was a nice buck.
Oh, really? Oh,
And
man, I got to
nice
check it
deer,
out.
a really nice deer.
I need to check that out because it was good. Yeah. She did a lot of comments from the deer stand while we'd be on live here. She'd leave comments from her
Yeah,
deer
that's true. For quite a while, I'm up in the deer stand, but I'm watching.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. I would have been looking for deer.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually, if you're doing something like that, YouTube is not on the list of things to do.
But she's a good friend. And another North Carolina girl. So, yep. And then her son is too tall, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He's another good guy.
That was a nice surprise. Bika had supported me through comments on my 2020 AT hike. And then somehow I found Too Tall and started, commenting on his and following him. And somewhere along the line, I connected that Too Tall was Bika's son. So that was pretty neat.
That is very neat. Now, Bika, you got your deer, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Last day of deer season was last Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so dark until I couldn't see anymore. So I was almost ready to climb down out the stand. And I happened to catch something, a movement out the corner of my eye. And I grabbed my binoculars and looked, and all I could see was a massive set of horns.
No kidding.
And so I grabbed my gun because I really couldn't see him, just the horns. And I grabbed my gun and looked through the scope, and all I could see was a faint outline of his body. But I said, I've got to try. It's the last day. I've got to try. I've been hunting this deer for 2-3 years now. And here he is. I've got to try. So I really took a guess on his body. When he lifted his head up and I could see his horns, I took a guess where to shoot. And when I shot, I ejected and looked through the scope again, and there was nothing there. So I grabbed my flashlight and ran up to where I saw him, and there was no deer, no blood, nothing. About then, my husband came up and he says, "Just because there's not any blood doesn't mean anything." I said, "Okay." So we hunted for 2 hours in the dark, in the woods, to try to find that deer, and we couldn't find him. And finally he says, well, what you want to do? If we come back tomorrow, the meat won't be any good. I said, well, let's try one more time. So we hunted around. About 15 minutes later, I heard him yell, I've got him.
Oh, cool.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad. But he had jumped into a 5-foot deep ditch, and we had to drag him out of that thing. Now, my husband is 72 and I'm 70, and we had to drag that deer out of that 5-foot deep ditch. And but we got him. I finally got him, and I keep telling my husband, I won.
You.
I won this year.
Good for you. So,
Great story.
did you have him weighed out, or do you know
I
how much
didn't. I was. It was so late, and we had to take him to a processor, which we usually process them ourselves, but we were so give out we couldn't. So, because after we bought him out of the ditch, we had to find our way out of the woods too, and get him out to a place where we could bring the 4-wheeler in to drag him out. So we were give out, and we took him to the processor, and I didn't even think about it. And but anyway, I'm having I wish I could show you a picture of him. He is gorgeous. But I'm having a skull mount done on him.
Okay.
That'll be awesome.
That will be. Good for you. I was rooting for you all year. Oh, I don't know if you heard us talking about your comments while we were on here on live, and you're making comments from the deer stand.
Yeah. I mean, I had my earphones in, nothing else to do, you know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, let's find out what y'all were up to.
Oh my. Well. Oh my. That's funny.
Yep.
Well, good for you though. That's great to hear.
I'm glad you got one. Hey, Devil Dog.
And him. Hey, hoorah there, Devil Dog. Or hua. Or
I got to show you.
Depending on where you're from.
Years back.
Oh, check this
That's
out.
a nice one.
Nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice track.
Small 10-point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was in Kansas near Dan. Southeastern Kansas.
Where at?
They have massive deer out there.
Oh, I missed opportunities at some real big ones.
Yeah. It's really unusual to see a big one around this area right here.
Oh, here it's. I mean, they are big around here.
Yeah.
They're huge out here.
Yeah.
They will mess your car up. I went out to Ken. I went out to Elk Lake State Park, right?
Oh, nice.
And there were. I took Connie out there. There were about 18 deer.
Oh,
Just in the right up beside the road, just all feeding, eating. They don't care about me. They just were there, and it was fun. I thought of Bika. I said, man, if she was here.
Hey, Shasta. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, Tony, I watched your channel a few times. I really enjoy watching you hunt for those rocks.
Yes.
And they're a lot easier to catch than deer.
Oh yeah. You gotta know where to look, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. It's the tarantulas that get my attention when he's watching them.
Oh, yes.
Fun.
We were camping in outside of Roswell, New Mexico one time. Had our grandson with us, setting up it's a little tiny pop-up camper that we carry when we go on trips out west. We were setting up the camper, and he says, "Bika, come here." And I go over there, and he says, "What's that?" And there was a scorpion running across the ground. I said,
No
okay,
kidding.
go put your shoes on and let's be careful where we step.
Yeah, that'll get you a bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely want to keep your
Yeah.
shoes on.
Yeah, we got those out here too, but it's only the little ones.
Mm.
Oh, really?
I haven't ran across much for scorpions out here in the desert so far.
I don't think I want to see a little one or a big one. Either
I
one.
want to see a big one.
Just say not.
Tony, did you ever come across rattlers when you're looking?
I've seen a lot of rattlers up in eastern Washington, but not much down here.
Yeah.
It's cold out, so they're not active, and I'm not going to be down here when it's not cold out. So
Yeah, we got the prairie rattlers here.
130 degrees. Now you can keep this weather.
Oh my. That's great. Whoop. Yeah, in Wyoming, all you got is grizzly bears, so that's not a big deal.
No, because they're
What?
I was waiting to see if Mac picked up on that.
I didn't hear what you said. I wasn't paying attention.
I caught you. I said in Wyoming, all you got is grizzly bears, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah. We got them all out here. We got everything from little scorpions to snakes to bears, wolves. Coyotes.
Yeah, but
We got them all.
you don't have the snakes or scorpions problem this time of year. You got the bears and wolves.
No. Yeah, pretty much all of them are gone this time of year.
Oh my. Yep.
Okay, so which of you have the bobcats?
We've got bobcats.
No, we
And,
got bobcats here
There's
too.
some around
We got
here.
mountain
I haven't
lions.
seen any.
bobcats in our-
Mountain lions. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Mountain lion.
Okay.
Cougars.
We all have
We got the mountain
bobcats.
lions.
We've got cougars. Only they say we don't, but we do.
Yeah, I think I'd almost rather see a bear than a mountain lion. They kind of scare me.
I'd much rather see a black bear than a mountain lion.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that one.
Yeah.
But I've had no problems with cougars, and I've seen them in the wild. And yeah, I remember one time cowboy camping under a rock and looking up in the middle of the night because I heard something above the fire, big old boulder, and bugger was looking down at us all there camping. I just went back to sleep.
Well, I think Mike makes a really good point. He says in Florida the mammals are small, but the reptiles are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the mountain lions here, it's not the old ones you got to worry about. It's the young ones.
Yeah, the young stupid ones.
Young ones are feisty.
Yeah.
When I was in the Navy down in southeast Georgia, living in base housing, and had a neighbor, they got in the car and drove off, and I thought they dropped their golf clubs because we weren't too far away from the golf thing, and then it started moving. It was an alligator that was underneath their car. Or whatever it is.
And they got in over it?
Yeah, they didn't even know I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, muddy. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Yeah. Devil Dog, we even take Marines on this one. So
I thought we set the limit there.
Oh. Come on now. My grandson's a Marine.
my brother is too. My brother, we were all at home one time on leave, and my brother that was Marine started giving my oldest brother a hard time, who was Air Force. So he started asking him when was the bus going to leave? When was the bus pulling out? because the Air Force uniforms look like a Greyhound bus driver's uniform. But he had a great comeback as soon as the porters load the baggage. Because of that red stripe down the Marines uniform is giving him a hard time. But,
I kind of think that's the last thing you want is your Marines loading the Air Force's baggage.
that is true. And
Hey, George.
I love them all. Every one of them are just, I mean, I served with great folks. Really did. Every service. And so, and my best hiking buddy is my Marine brother. Both the vet and the there's a reason for our blood stripe. You are right. You are right. But, yeah, they gave me a hard time because I was the only officer of the bunch. So
that's gonna be rough too.
And I was the youngest. So I used I said, yeah, but all of you guys have to salute me still.
What do they say to that, Dan?
Oh, they hated that. Yeah. they threatened all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but you still can't insult an officer.
That's because we don't have enough couth to be insulted, I guess. I grew up, joined the infantry, trained as a ranger, and now hang out with retired Marines. Not even an American citizen. That is amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. My nephew, he was a ranger. He was killed in Afghanistan, and it's just, I mean, for all of us, we all have stories. I mean, we all have things that we can hold our head up for. So I think it's a good thing. Yeah, Devil Dog. And I guess I still am because I'm a retired officer, right? But I was teachable. I tried to listen to my sergeants, especially. I was always afraid of my first sergeant and my command sergeant major when I was commanding at that level. So, yeah, great.
I was a sergeant, but it wasn't military.
That's right. But you were serving. Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Was that on which PD was that on, Max?
It was Warland PD, and I started out in Ohio. I've worked for 4 different agencies in 32 years. So,
hey, John.
Yeah.
I ended up my final retirement was from the Washakie County Sheriff's Office here in Wyoming.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
And what I loved about that is we got to patrol the mountain. I loved it.
You got to go out there, yeah.
I loved it. I'd go and drive all the mountain roads and check out the campsites.
Oh my. Yeah. Actually, Don and I both were Mustangers. We both came up through the ranks, and Don was a submariner, right, Don?
Yeah, that's correct. Both on both sides, enlisted and officer.
Yeah. That's well, I don't know if you've watched Tom Walker, Following Walker's World, but Tom, he was a submariner in the Navy. But Tom he is tall. And I keep asking, how did you fit in those submarines?
Walk on your knees, man.
Bump your head on the hatches.
And Lord of the Rings going into the Hobbit house.
Yep.
Well, it made it even worse when you were going on deployment and you'd have a full food loadout and they'd be piling it in the passageways and you have to walk on top of all your food. So
you're really crawling around.
Yeah. Chris Tom was he was a submariner. He was just a big guy. And when I went to the Army War College when I was a lieutenant colonel. We had a Air Force lieutenant colonel with us, and this guy was huge. His shoulders were huge, and he flew F-16s. I said, "How do you fit in an F-16?" He said, "Like a glove, just like a glove."
How do you get back out? Plunger?
Yeah. I asked him about that. What if he had to eject? And he said, "Well, they'd just take my arms off."
Right.
Yeah. But yes, let's see, who was it was talking about? Was that Sandy? I think was talking about being afraid of sergeants major. Yes. Yeah, I was stationed at Fort Hood. I was the deputy garrison commander there, and Fort Hood's a huge post. We had 42,000 soldiers stationed at Fort Hood.
Wow, that's 300. Most of the towns I go through.
Yeah, I mean, and then you count their families, and we had close to 200,000 population at Fort Hood. So it was a big city, and but the headquarters building, they would every once in a while, they'd have your fire alarms, and I hated them because all of the sergeants major, they would be out first, and they would gather just outside the door, and they would harass everybody that come running out of the building. Screaming and yelling at them, just harassing. So, oh my. Yep. I didn't know, Kevin, I didn't know that you were close to Fort Hood. That's neat. Okay. The detachment commander for City of Edmonton is, I bet they didn't like you. If you were working parking, that would be, yeah. Oh, man.
Fine if they did it right.
Thanks. PMQs. What is a PMQ? That's an acronym I'm not familiar with.
I could fill in the blanks, but I'd probably be wrong.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of filling it. It does take a special person to be a submariner.
That'd be a little wacky.
Buddy.
Yeah. This little guy here was my glory days. You see this?
There you go. Yeah. Is that a GI?
There's a SWAT. That's my SWAT cop.
SWAT cop. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, you were SWAT.
Yeah. I was SWAT for 17 years of my 32. So,
wow.
That was fun. That was my glory days. So,
that was what, 5 years ago?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Oh me.
I couldn't pass the qual course now. No way.
Bika, you got to bring us back. We got to get some class back into this whole conversation here.
I don't know.
Oh my. Well, we've been on here for over an hour and it has flown by. So
I know.
I don't want to.
It's been a fun one.
I don't want to impose on your times. It has been. It's just been just a real treat. And thank each of you for coming on here and spending time with us.
Oh,
always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
Yep.
Always a pleasure, Dan.
Mine too.
A lot of people in the chat asking questions and making comments makes it fun too.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe next
Absolutely.
week somebody show up and let Dan do this by himself for an hour and see how long it takes.
Yeah. The question would be, when will somebody join the chat?
Yeah.
But I appreciate each of you. Vika, thank you for joining us, and say hi to Too Tall for us.
I sure will.
I appreciate that. And I sure hope that I get to come out and meet you and rerun out in North Carolina when you guys do. Is that where you're planning on doing a section of the AT?
That's me, Dan.
You and rerun, are you guys planning on
That's up to him. I thought he was going to try to come farther north, maybe somewhere up here near Connecticut. But if he comes, east, I'll try to meet him wherever he goes.
Okay, I hope I can meet you guys. I don't know, my weekend or my days are sort of constrained now, so
right.
Being back in the workforce is a bummer.
Yeah.
I love what I'm doing, but it interferes with my time off. I don't know. And Don, thank you for coming out here and visiting with me when we were out here. Sorry I took up so much of your time.
Yeah, I'd love to get together for a hike when it's not so dang cold.
I'm in. And
I hear you on the cold.
Yes. I want to go up to Wyoming and Max. I really do want to go up and even if it's just to hang out.
You got a lot on your plate, man.
Yeah, it's only time. It's only time. And same way with Tony. Tony, thank you. And I really, if you're coming this way, I really.
I'm going through Kansas and Wyoming this year, so.
Yeah. I really would love to get a chance to pop in.
If you could do the Elk River Trail with Dan, Tony, it's a nice trail.
I've seen videos of the Elk River Trail. That sounds like fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun, and it can be as rigorous as you want it to be. If you want it to be 15 miles in one day, and we can do that, or if you want to break it up into two, which is
do we really want to do that? 15 miles in one day.
I don't want to.
Oh, come on.
Hey, if I had to, I'd do it.
You can do it.
I don't have to. I don't want to.
Just don't do it. I'm okay with not doing it. There's great campsites all along. We can do those. All right. Well, guys, I think we ought to probably bring it and land the plane here. I do appreciate you, but I don't want to impose on your time. I know Tony does these marathons.
Yeah, like you're imposing on my time.
You just wait for Max to just fall asleep. That's all it is.
I'm just waiting for spring. That's all.
Right.
I'm with you.
Wide open till spring, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I got a closed sign up right now.
If you guys want to join me again next week, you are more than welcome anytime. And,
okay.
I was thinking that Brendan from Poles of Destiny was going to join us too, but apparently he didn't get here today. So maybe Brendan will join us on one in the future too. He just did a section of the Pinhoti Trail, and I want to hear how that went for him because he was in God's country, Alabama. So, I'd like to see that. All right. All of you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you.
You bet.
Thank
Bye
you,
all.
And thanks, everybody.
Y'all stay
Bye-bye.
safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.